Good morning. I hope you're having a great day. So my bulb order did come in last night and I got things that I had forgotten about. I hadn't looked at my invoice. I did get some Dutch iris, and I think I only got 500 more tulip bulbs, and I was thinking I had 1,000. So I don't know. I might look to getting some more tulip bulbs. We will see. That's probably enough. I'm guessing 2,700 tulip bulbs is enough, since last year I only had 700. That's 2,000 more. But we will see. And I should have the alliums come back, I hope, and maybe my daffodils will be bigger this year, and I have all sorts of things going on. So it was 20 degrees early this morning, so I decided that I would stay warm inside for a little bit, and then I got out here a little later in the morning, and I'm walking my pups now. I have a bouquet to make, so they're gonna be bored and stand with me while I make that bouquet. And then I'm going to run back home, get all my bulbs loaded up, get them out here, and try to get at least the tulip bulbs in the ground. And then I'll probably have to drill holes for the daffodils, the Dutch iris, and all of that, because we don't really have a place for them. So I need to figure out where to put them, and then I need to drill holes. Now in like 2 days it's going to be 76 degrees out, so that might be a better day to be drilling holes, because the ground might not be as hard, and I think we might get a rain at some point. I need to look back at the weather. So I know I'm going to try to get the tulips in the ground, and then I might do the seeds or the bulbs. I'll just have to see where the day takes me. Okay, I'm out here and I've got my shovel, and I've got some tulips and some gloves. I have some other stuff too. I accidentally bought some display cartons. That was a first. I didn't even know they existed. For like a store, the little bottom goes out and you can buy as many bulbs as you want and then label them. There's like tags in there. So I did mess that up. This is the Claudia tulip. That was a beautiful tulip last year. It was super short, but when you put it in the vase, it grew super tall and was just beautiful. So I got it again. And one of my best friends is named Claudia, so it works out perfectly. So I'm gonna just put all these display bulbs in the ground. And then, if I don't drop them all in my bucket. And then let's see. Get my shovel out. Gotta dig it down just a little bit more. Okay, and then I have the Finola, the Candy Prince, and the Mount Tacoma. So I'm gonna get these tulips in the ground, and then I do have some irises, the Blue Star Dutch Iris, the White Excelsior, and the Black Lipstick. So I have those irises, and it's a good thing I didn't go on with my seeds, because if you remember up at the top of the zinnias, way over in that corner, I had pulled up some of the black landscape fabric and I put the blue sea holly there. So I think what I'm going to do is come down from the blue sea holly and pull out the zinnias and pull that fabric up, and tucked in right there behind the black-eyed Susans and the brown-eyed Susans, I'm going to put these as far down as I need to with spacing and everything. And then from there, maybe I'll fill it with delphinium and I'll use that other row I had for my remaining seeds. So I think I have a plan, and I'm just gonna get to it. Right here I have marked the end of my tulips, so I'm just gonna start right here and dig this a little bit deeper and then put my tulips in. It does look like I have some small prints in here. Like something walked through here. Or maybe it just settled. I can't really tell. Let's see up here. It doesn't look like anything dug in it. There's my footprints. There are some like little prints though. Something's been snooping around. All right, let's get this done. Okay, all 400 are in the ground. I will say the color blends bulbs impressed me more than these, but I think these are more specialty bulbs, but I do have a lot more rotten ones and they don't look quite as good and they weren't quite as big. So I think from now on, unless I want something specialty or something like that Color Blends doesn't offer, I will be getting my tulips from Color Blends. They just did the package from the packaging, the packing slip, getting everything I ordered. I did get everything I ordered here too, so that was good. The boxes, not nearly as nice as the crates, but I suppose they work. I'm the one that messed up and bought display ones. There are more rotten bulbs though in here than there were in my Color Blends order. So if I'm gonna have to go with a bulb company, right now it's Color Blends. I have a few other ones on my list. The city of Pella puts in thousands of tulips. Like they have a tulip festival over there, and they gave me a couple of names of suppliers, so I might try those as well, because you might save on the cost and they might be really good bulbs. I don't know. I just keep trying different ones, but I'll definitely be putting in a bulk order from Color Blends and then smaller orders from the other ones to see how they are. And if I find a couple that I like, hopefully I can get all the bulbs sourced through a couple really good suppliers. So I give a thumbs up to Color Blends. But I'm gonna get these covered. Then I have to hook up all my water, bring it down here. I do not know if I have my rake out here, but I would like to rake this a little bit smoother and then hopefully get to the irises, but that's quite a bit to do, so I'm just gonna get to it. Well, I don't have a rake, and I'm not going 20-minute round trip, but there's this old, I think it's a sweeper. It's made out of very weird material. I know that older generations are going to laugh because I don't know, but it's like really brittle. But I did sweep the dirt floor in the chicken coop with it once, and it worked really good, and it makes the dirt really smooth. So I'm just going to do that. I think it washes out really nice too, so it'll be fine. This thing works out great. I think the brush is maybe better than a rake. I don't know why they don't have these anymore. Maybe they do. Maybe it's for like horse stalls or something. I have no idea what it's for. But man, it's a nice broom, if that's what it is. It's like made of, I don't even know. It's nice though. Everybody needs one. All right, so I got all the bulbs, all my tulip bulbs that I've ordered so far in the ground. And it looks like, I don't know, I might have 10 feet, maybe 10 or 15 feet that I could put more bulbs in. I'm guessing I could only fit 400 to 500 more bulbs in this bed in the trench that is dug. So if I find some, or I decide to get more, then I will. But like I said, last year I only had 700 and they didn't even all sprout, and I did sell out of them. But this year now I have 2,600, so that's 1,900 more than I had last year. So I might just see how I do with it. And I do need to run to the house and tag these properly. I just stuck the bag tags in. So I think I'll do that. I probably won't video it. And then I'm going to grab my drill and go over to the section to put the Dutch irises in. And maybe some daffodils. Okay, I got my tags in. Mount Tacoma, Candy Prince, Finola, and Claudia in my in tag. And I went and looked at my drill and I threw it in the car, but I did not throw the batteries in the car. And for putting in bulbs like I'm going to do in a minute, it's definitely worth the 20-minute round trip drive to go get my drill batteries. So I am going to go do that and then I will come out and get as much done as possible. Okay, I have 200 Dutch iris, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the zinnias here behind me, and they go about 4 inches apart and 4 inches deep, which isn't much, and they're very little bulbs, so I think I'm going to use my smaller drill and just drill down about 4 inches 200 times, drop the bulbs in and cover them back up. But first I need to pull out these zinnias, cut along my fabric so that it's just the middle. I kind of want to leave the sides so weeds and stuff don't grow, and hopefully they'll just fill in the middle of this fabric. Okay, now that that's done, I think I'm just going to take some scissors and cut along it. It's been really, really dry in Iowa. And getting my torch out here and all these dry leaves and stuff isn't going to happen. And you can always cut your landscape fabric, and everybody says it frays, but you can also cut it and then burn it, and then that stops it from fraying. So you can always come along and burn it later, and that'll stop the fraying. So I think I'm going to cut it for now just because it's so dry. Okay, so this little drill bit is not going to work. It's just breaking the ground into these huge clumps, and it's not workable. So I think my next plan is to use my really big one, and I'll just put a bunch in each section and then go from there. Okay, that one is working way better, and I can put 4 bulbs like on each edge of the circle, which is perfect, but it's going to take a little bit more space because I go further out with it, which is fine. It's not a big deal. So I'm going to just cut a little bit more and keep doing it. Well, shoot, my battery just said low battery on it. So I'm going to run and plug my phone in, and then I'll probably come out, drill, and put some of them in and give you an update when I'm done. I thought I only had 100 of the blue star and the white excelsior or Dutch iris, but I actually ended up having 300 total. So I had 150 of each of them because I put 4 in each of my holes, and I realized very quickly that I had 150, not 100. And I did get the right amount of bulbs again. So they've definitely given me everything I ordered and that I paid for, and we will see how these come up. It took a little more space than I was thinking it would, but that's okay. And then I do have some black knight, but they were different. They weren't a bulb, they were a root. So I'll have to get those in tomorrow, and then I have 25 daffodils to get in, and then I can get back to putting all my seeds in the ground. So still quite a bit of work to do, and hopefully I can get it done. I just thought I would talk to you while I'm watering all of these bulbs in. This ground was really hard and it was really chunky, so it wasn't the best scenario, but it'll work, I hope. So that is how much space 300 Dutch iris bulbs took up. Well, I hope those things are a lot stronger than Yarrow and Black-Eyed Susans, or they're not going to make it, because all that open dirt right next to all these seeds. I think bulbs are pretty good at pushing through those, so wish me luck. I hope this is a bunch of beautiful irises. It might take a few years before they're really good. I'll probably, after it dries up a little bit, come and straighten these drip lines back out. I know I cut a drip line down there that I need to fix yet. And then tomorrow, hopefully, I can get those daffodils and the black knight irises in the ground and then start working my way up. So this row, about where that pine tree is, I still have in between that and this to fill in with something. And I was thinking of doing phlox all the way up because it's so pretty. But now that I've used most of this, I might move my phlox over to the next row and just finish this little section off with more delphinium. Or I do have some daisies in the front row right about in that section, so maybe I'll just do daisies. That's what I'll do. I'll do daisies. Anyway, it's been a long day. I feel like I got a lot done. I got my 400 tulips in the ground, my 300 Dutch iris. I got a lot of weeds pulled and stuff pulled, and just getting ready. Hopefully this stuff comes up next spring. It's one of those things. You just hope and pray and see what happens next year. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great day.